Hey, good morning. Yes, sir. Jesus is Lord. The devil is defeated. Nothing he can do to you. You resist him, he flees, and the word works. The miracle action of the word, huge, miraculous miracle that Jesus provided right here in the beginning of his ministry, Luke chapter 5. He'd been teaching the people. They were pressing on him to hear the word. So he asked the disciples, whoop, I bit my cheek. They asked the disciples to borrow their boat, and then he said, now cast your nets, plural, over into the deep. Now fish are not in the deep water. So he asked them to do something that was a little hard on the natural. And oftentimes when God does ask you to do things, it's a little hard in the natural. So Simon Peter said, Master, we've toiled all night and taken nothing, but nevertheless, we'll do what you ask us to do. And so they cast the net, not plural, but the net. I'm going to come back to that, that's important. And when they had this done, verse 6, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes. The fishes didn't come jump in the boat. They had to do their part. Whoop, I'm going to preach. You're going to have to do your part, sow, but then you're also going to have to do the reaping. You're going to have to go to the field and harvest it, and don't let it, lay it in crops. So they had to obey what God said. I have to obey what God said. I'm a tither, I'm a giver, I give to ministries, I give a lot of things, but then I have to go in and harvest that which I've given. So when they had this done, that's verse 6, then they enclosed a great multitude of fishes. Now watch this. So much so that their nets began to break. Now, let me see if I can hold my Bible here. The wind's blowing outside today. Get this. Did the fish just swim up to Jesus because he said you're going to catch a draught? Or two, did Jesus know where the fish were? And so he just said, go over yonder they are, so go cast into the deep. There they are. Or three, did Jesus create the fish on the spot? I love this. Any one of the three will work. I'm going to go with number one. First of all, yes, he's God. Yes, he was God. He is God, always will be. He knew where the fishes were. But they had toiled all night. Now, fishermen, and I'm out here by the lake, fishermen know where the fish hang out. I've got 2 or 3 spots around by the lake here where I know that's where fish are. I took my grandson-in-law fishing the other day, and I took him to the spot, 2 different spots where he caught a bunch of fish. Caught 6 nice fish. One of them weighed 3.5, 4 pounds. We've already eaten those things. We caught them last Saturday. I know where they are. I don't just go out there and just fish in an open place. I know where they are. So the disciples, being that they'd fished that place all the time, would have known where they were. So it couldn't have been that Jesus knew where the fish were. Now, I believe he could have created them with his word. Yes, I believe that, but I don't believe that either. I believe that the fish was out there in the sea or in the Lake Gennesaret, and when Jesus said, cast your nets to the deep, those fish come swimming to the area because they obeyed the voice of God. Now, let me tell you what's important about this. If fish can obey God, money can obey God. Oh, brother, Pastor Frank, listen. Money is an inanimate object, but it can hear the voice of God. And I believe money comes to me. So, now watch this. It was such a huge load, let me read this, that they enclosed a great multitude of fishes so that their net break. Jesus didn't intend for their net to break. He told them to cast out the nets, plural, because he knew he was about to bless their socks off. Now watch. They had to beckon unto their partners, verse 7, which were in the other ship, that they should come and help them. This thing, listen, the miracle action of the Word of God is so big that the blessings are going to overtake you and just roll off of you onto all the people that are around you. Woo, that's huge. It's not going to be just barely enough to pay your bills. Man, I'm believing God. I've got some things that, I'm working on, but it's not going to be just barely enough to do that. If I'm believing God for $100,000, I believe God give me $1 million. Then I can bless a lot of other people. See, they needed fish to feed their family. That's the way they made their living. But they didn't get just maybe 50,000 fish. They got 5 million fish. We don't know how many they got, but I like to call it a boat sinking load. They were, watch this, and they came and filled both the ships. I'm reading out of verse 7 of Luke chapter 5. They came and filled both the ships so that they began to sink. Now these ships are sinking under the weight of the miracle action of the blessings of God. Your bank account ought to be running over. I mean, the bank ought to call you and say, hey, look, Mr. Matron, you're going to have to put some money someplace else. We can't keep that much. It ought to be running over so that we can be a blessing to others. Your health ought to be in such great shape, which mine is, that you can do everything you want to do and then some and help others. Now, today, Friday, every Friday, I go cut 3 yards that are not mine. I cut the church yard, I cut my son's yard, I cut my daughter's yard because my son and my daughter don't have a lawnmower right now, so I'm being a blessing. And when I get back, I'll leave in the morning about 4:30, 5 o'clock, and I won't get home to 12 o'clock, and I'll be a little bit sweaty, but I'll be in excellent health. I believe that our blessing should be so much that we can help others. Yesterday morning, today's Thursday, Wednesday morning, I got up at 12:30. I drove the car back to Atlanta, hauled it over there on a trailer that I have given to that old minister over there that I provide for. I got back 8 o'clock. It took me 8 hours to go over there and back, and bought him some groceries as I was going. I got back and cut the grass. You know, I do what I want to do when I want to do it, but I'm a blessing to others because of the miracle action of the Word of God that keeps me in divine health, keeps me in divine prosperity, and all my needs are met according to His riches and glory. Now, we've had our granddaughter here for nearly 2 weeks now because she just had a new baby. Well, her boyfriend, her husband, man, he can eat. So we've had more groceries to have to buy. We've had a lot of extra expenses, but watch, I didn't find myself short because my God shall supply all of my needs according to His riches and glory. The miracle action of the Word of God is He multiplies the seed, and if the fish will obey Him, money will obey Him, your body will obey Him, your marriage will obey Him, your children will obey Him, and it'll be blessed in everything you do. I'll finish up on this tomorrow. Gotta go, saints. Have a blessed day, and remember all day, hey, Jesus is Lord. Thank God. Hey, the Word works.